Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing My Hero Academia chapter 330 titled Me, Myself. Interesting title, Me and Myself, sorry. So spoiler warning. So yeah, this picks up right where the last one ended, where we see both Stars and Stripe and Shigaraki on top of the Nomu and the jet heading towards a collision, and the pilots ask Stars and Stripes what they should do, and she tells them, of course, we smash. So we smash. Um, so essentially, he starts off with attacking her with a combination of his quirks, like he did when he fought Deku and the other heroes. Uses air pulse and heavy load and radio wave, and essentially Stars and Stripes puts up her hand and says that nothing exists 100 meters in front of her while the jets dodge. And we see the width of this explosion, how big this attack is, but she gets away pretty safe. We see a star-shaped pattern in front of her, clearing away the attack. And they fire laser beams at him, the jets, and they hit him actually, so that's pretty good. And when they hit him, he uses his combination quirk again and uses reflect and scatter, so he reflects the beams all over, and one hits Stars and Stripes, but she holds it, and when she grabs it she says the laser is holdable, or I'm able to hold the laser, and she basically tosses it away, and she jumps off of the plane and Nomu, and Shigaraki jumps off of the Nomu and she punches him, they collide, and we get a little bit of a flashback, and her flashback is, she says, when she was a kid, a hero from Japan saved her, and we find out it's All Might, and she tells Shigaraki that All Might is a symbol of peace because he says no one can escape them. And we get her ability, which is titled New Order. So New Order, and essentially this ability is anything she touches and calls its name, she can give control over it. She has control over it. So example, the laser beam, she touched it and says the laser is holdable, and she was able to throw it away. With Shigaraki's air attack, she put her hand and touched the air and says nothing exists. So after she punched Shigaraki, she touched him and said, if Tomura Shigaraki moves, his heart will stop. And we see Shigaraki looking a bit scared. But this is where we get something interesting. When she does this, we get an inner monologue of Shigaraki and All For One and them speaking, and basically it's Tomura remembering that the doctor said he's progressing well, and him and All For One had a conversation with Tomura is becoming something else, and Tomura himself said since he woke up he felt himself not just being himself or All For One, but like a combined being. They're turning into something new. So he's not really Shigaraki or All For One, he's a third entity with two of them merging, and the chapter ends with him getting up and screaming, and we see a big explosion in the air. So pretty decent chapter. For starters, Stars and Stripes quirk is a bit overpowered, but I like it, and Shigaraki wants it. And this could be troublesome because if he gets this quirk, he might be unstoppable. But yeah, this was a really good chapter. I'm interested to see where this fight goes, how Stars and Stripes is going to stop Shigaraki, since her ability didn't work on him. He's no longer Shigaraki, he's no longer All For One, he's an amalgamation of them. So how is she going to overcome this? I don't think brute force will help. I'm going to assume Endeavor is going to have to show up and help, and they're going to have to escape somehow and not take him on head on yet, and then she would probably get more of the backstory of the war and things like that to progress into them figuring out a way to stop him, because this is America's top hero after all. But yeah, all in all, really good chapter. Hope you all enjoyed this little video. And I'll see you all next week for the next chapter. but I think there's actually a break next week, so maybe the following week. But yeah, I'll see y'all.